Hi, thanks for joining me today as I talk about screen-free kids and family. By the way, somebody asked me yesterday if it was my dog snoring in the background. Yes, if you hear, wait for the noise. Oh, I talked over it. Anyway, if you hear what sounds like snoring in the background, it's my dog. And then also, if a little boy walks into the video without a shirt on, that is my son who is homesick. Oh, he's putting a shirt on. Thank you for that, Daniel. Since I am talking about him living without a screen, he is welcome to interject whenever he wants. He's homesick today. So anyway, today we're going to talk about being screen-free and the family. Oh, he's getting the dog. Okay, this is the dog. This is Tolstoy. Hi. And this is Daniel, who is screen-free and homesick. So everybody say hi. Okay, you can go ahead because he's distracting. So we'll put him down. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, so anyway, we're going to talk about being screen-free and how to get, it was a question I got yesterday, how, go ahead. Okay, Daniel, did you have something you wanted to say? Okay, because I can't talk when you're on top of me, okay? So if you want to listen, take a seat behind me. Okay, Daniel's going to take a seat behind me. Anyway, photobombed by video bombed by my kid. So now he's on a screen, right? Oh, who's here? Did somebody just open the door? Excuse me, please. I was doing a live video and you just showed up. Yeah, he's helping me with my video. I'm going to go back to my live video. Oh, so anyway, my husband showed up. Hi, Sherry. So anyway, we're talking about screen-free kids and family. Somebody asked me yesterday, what did I do when I went screen-free when my kids went to visit family members or when they went to friends' houses. And that was kind of difficult. It was a little bit of a challenge because at first my parents didn't agree with my choice and they thought that there was nothing wrong with videos and movies and letting the kids play with the iPads when they came to visit. And the kids liked that. The kids liked going to Grandma and Grandpa's house and goofing off on the iPads, right, Daniel? Okay, stop being a distraction, please. Okay. Anyway, it did become a problem for us, and I can let you know how I dealt with that. And then also with friends, you would occasionally get invited to a friend's house who had video games or a party that included video games, and that was a problem. So what we did is we did tell our family that we were going screen-free, and when we went to my parents' house, we would stay with the kids and make sure that they weren't on screens. But eventually it came to the time where they were at my parents' house and my parents were watching them for whatever reason, and I would come to pick them up and find out they had been on the iPad or played a video game or something like that. So that was bad, but you can't exactly like yell at your parent for letting your kid do something while they're watching your kid for free, right? And you don't want to ruin the relationship. So we just tried to be patient and we tried to educate the children because they're now 10 and 11 that they know better than to do something that we told them not to do. But eventually what happened was that the children's behavior got so much better and their performance in school got so much better that my mother became a believer. And then she saw other children that were friends with or friends of her or children of her friends and things like that who were on screens, and she saw the difference in the behaviors and she became a believer. So then she was supportive, and she actually, there was a TV in the kids' bedroom at her house and she took the TV out. And my dad has recently passed away, but he was like, you don't need to take that TV out. And she took it out anyway. So I was really happy about that. And, you know, it comes with patience. You definitely don't want to alienate family members over this issue. So just be very gentle with how you deal with it, and remember that family comes first. So in fact, my father passed away in May, and he had picked up the boys from school that day that he passed away, and he let them play the iPads. And I went to my mother and I'm like, Mom? And she's like, talk to your father. And he looked at me and said, this isn't going to ruin them for the rest of their lives, is it? And I chose not to pick a fight with him about that. And I'm really glad I did, because he passed away. You know, you definitely have to remember families first. But at the same time, we just kept trying to educate and trying to tell them that this is what we chose for our family. And then when they saw the changes that were positive, they slowly came on board. With friends, it's a little different, because you can't control what a friend does in their home. And lots of people have video games. We have one really close friend that was in our neighborhood. Don't say his name because this is a public video. But he had video games. And I love to take him over to that child's house and take both boys to that child's house. And we used to play video games. But when we made this change, I had to call the mother and tell her, I remember when I first started this too. Thanks, Sherry. But I had to tell her the changes that we made, and she was super kind and patient. And when she would invite us over, she would make it clear, I'm inviting you over for to swim in the pool, or I'm inviting you over to play board games. And I just had to come with the boys, because I knew that at least in the beginning they would try to sneak the video games. But it just became easier and easier, and we just had to be careful about our choices in friends. And if a parent couldn't assure me that they weren't playing video games, then what I would do, say if it was like a party or something, and the party was video game based, say they got invited to a party at Chuck E. Cheese. What's our quote? When it comes to Chuck E. Cheese, the answer is no. No. Unfortunately, we don't go to Chuck E. Cheese anymore. So if they get invited to a party at like Chuck E. Cheese or somewhere where there's lots of games, what I do is I contact the parent and I explain to them why we can't go. And then I invite them to come with us to a play date at a park or something, that or a restaurant. We can go have a dinner somewhere, or come to our house and play, so that we can still celebrate the kid's birthday, but not go to Chuck E. Cheese. And
to be honest, actually, Chuck E. Cheese, yes, it's fun, but when you're playing at the park and you have lots of people and you're playing tag, it's kind of more fun.
It's kind of so cute. Thank you. I thought we didn't script this, so I was really concerned he was going to say something not okay. Because sometimes they disagrey with me, and sometimes they wish they could go to Chuck E. Cheese. But at least for us, when I first started this, yes, oh boy. When I first started this, I thought, well, we'll just, take the screens away for a while, and then every once in a while, Chuck E. Cheese will be fine. Yeah, I was wondering what he was going to say too, because you know him, Sherry, right? So it could have been anything. But I thought every once in a while Chuck E. Cheese would be fine, but at least for us, whenever we go, we have an issue immediately after, like in the parking lot, before we leave, one of the children is having a tantrum. And it's really tough. It's not something that child can really even control, I think. It's just his brain's response to video games. So we just can't do it. And that's what we found out. So I hope this answers a question as far as what to do with friends and family. Daniel, do you feel like it's harder because you don't play Fortnite and stuff and the other kids do? Remember talking about that?
It's hard because everyone thinks you're their friend based on whether you play Fortnite or you have this type of character in Fortnite, and it's really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know last year we had a really hard time with both boys feeling left out because they didn't play those games. And again, Fortnite is a game where you have like something like 10 or 12 different weapons, and you use them to kill all the other people in the game, and that's how you win. So like, I don't understand why 4th and 5th graders were really playing that game.
Well,
but
you collect weapons by killing people.
You collect weapons by killing people. Have you ever played it?
No, but Jacob used to be able to watch it on TV. So.
Okay, so they've watched it on TV, but they've never played it. So so yeah, I mean, they do feel alienated. And
at grandma's, so that explains like.
Oh, you
didn't watch it here. You watched
They watched it on TV at grandma's. So grandma, don't worry, we're not busting you. We love you, and you can always see the kids. But they do feel a little alienated. If you are, what we tell our kids, we're Christians, so we tell them get used to being different, because you're going to be different your whole life. So the quicker you get used to being different, the easier life's going to be. But I know it's still hard, and it does break my heart that other kids you know, don't want to be friends with them because they don't play video games. But we have found a little pocket of kids. What I would suggest, if you have a hard time finding friends for your kids who don't play video games, is join sporting groups and extracurricular activities that involve sports. Baseball, a lot of kids in baseball. We're not.
4-H.
Jake or Daniel wants to do 4-H, but you know, we have some work to do there. So yeah, we found a lot of kids in baseball who are not allowed on video games or have strict rules about video games. So anyway, that's everything I've got for today. I just wanted to discuss that because somebody asked me a question about it. And thank you, Daniel, for your help. Can you say you're welcome? No? You have anything else you want to say to people?
You're welcome!
All right, so, and at least for today, I guess he's not screen free because he crashed my video. But he's been homesick today, and that's another thing we can talk about. How do you do a sick day with a kid when you don't do screens? No videos, no computer, no nothing. He has been next to me all day.
Yes.
No, don't watch you. Don't say the word.
I know.
Okay.
It's terrible. It's not fun at all.
So do you look forward to going back to school then tomorrow?
I guess.
He guesses.
The best thing you could ever do is take a bath and read a book. That's the most interesting thing you can do.
We took a bath and read a book. We stretched. We did stretches on the floor and some sit-ups and homework.
Yeah.
Yay! So anyway, thank you so much for listening, and please post your comments and questions. This video is a result of somebody asking a question on my video last night. So please feel free to comment, even if it is that you think I'm crazy. That's fine too. I'll still love you. So anyway, check me out on YouTube. I download these videos to YouTube, and my channel there is Julie Christian. And you can follow me on Instagram at Christian_unicorn. And
Unicorn!
and have a good day. Bye, guys. You want to wave bye?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.